Hey everybody, I'm Philip.
And I'm Justin.
And together, we are pajamas. We're getting back on the Doctor Who pony.
I'm so glad to be back.
For a little ride on the Doctor Who pony. We have not watched Doctor Who in a couple weeks, few weeks, because of just the weather. It's been so damn hot. I think it was last time we recorded for Doctor Who, I got heat sickness. So, two disclaimers, as always. Number one, summer sucks. It's awful. The card says that we turn off the AC and the fans. That is not true now. We just turn off the AC. And the neighbors are doing Lord knows what at 3 in the morning. We have the fans on now just because I can't do it. So hopefully the audio does not suffer. And disclaimer number 2, I apologize for any stammering, stuttering, slurring our mouth noise or loud ass neighbors. I have a speech impediment that acts up from time to time, and a glandular issue that acts up all the time. We are in episode 5 of Doctor Who in season 6. My predictions: the Doctor will do something adorable. Rory will be cute, and Amy will be a dick. But it's okay apparently because she's Scottish, and that makes it all right.
Huh? Would that be a bit nationalist to say that, oh, she's this, so it's all right for her to do it, but if she were anybody else, she could have the exact same personality, but it would then not be all right?
I don't know if I go that far, but I'm not changing my opinion. I don't think it's the way you should treat somebody. I don't care if it is accepted by the society that you're in. Just because it's socially accepted does not mean it's right.
You do have a point. There are things that are socially accepted here that many would find appalling.
Yeah, exactly. I find them appalling. America sucks. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to get into episode 5. So last time we left off, I think we had Lady TARDIS.
Yes.
That was a really cool episode. So hopefully this one is as well. Are you ready? All right. Without further ado, be quiet. Let's get into it.
Below the mean during the last quarter.
Prettier than a computer, isn't she?
Give her a buzz. Buzzer.
Nice going, Twinkle Toes.
I shouldn't have swung at him, sorry.
Yeah, why is it his fault?
No, you're alright. Jimmy?
Lights.
Just remember, when you're doing your report, it wasn't my fault. She took a swing at me.
I never touched it. You've got 2 left feet, Buzzer.
Isn't it interesting how it's always the man's fault?
I would have to agree that she actually should have realized how dangerous that goo was and should have been much more careful.
Because he totally would have fallen in if she hadn't pushed him.
Usually when people are pushed, they fall.
But it's his fault though. Muse. I want to sing.
Who wants fish and chips? I'll drop you both off. Take your time. Don't rush.
Gone all medieval.
I'm not sure about that.
Really? Medieval expert, are you?
No, it's just that I can hear Dusty Springfield.
Yeah, shut up, Amy. Medieval expert, are you?
These fishers are new. Oh! Acid. They're pumping acid off this island. That's old stuff. Fresh acid, you wouldn't have a finger.
There's another solar storm. What are you going to do about it? Hand out sunblock?
I need to see your critical systems.
Meet the government's worst kept secret, the flesh. It's fully programmable matter. In fact, it's even learning to replicate itself.
For a moment there, it was scanning me.
Doctor.
Touch it.
Well, I can see why you keep it at church. Miracle of life. You are all in terrible danger, understand?
My factory. My rules.
I've got to get to that cockerel before all hell breaks loose.
I never thought I'd have to say that again. Amy, breathe.
It's about to turn into a horror movie.
Oh,
for want of a better word. Ow.
I couldn't get out of my harness. I thought I was going to die.
Welcome to my world.
That's my record. Who's playing my record? Your gangers. They've gone walkabout.
No, it's impossible. They're not active. Ransacked everything.
Not ransacked, searched.
Through our stuff.
Their stuff. You gave them your lives. Human lives are amazing. You're surprised they walked off with it.
I'll say it again. Alice Sheppy.
Better get going.
Look in the sink.
Everything okay in there, Jen?
Just let us live.
She was standing on a run when we got to her. So what's happened to her?
She can't stabilize. She's shifting between half-formed and full-formed.
Dr. Rory.
Rory?
Rory?
Oh, Rory. Rory!
He was trying to be nice. Is Rory gonna die again? Die again. Also, Amy's pregnant.
It
Ooh.
is too dangerous out here with acid leaks.
We have to find Rory.
Yes, I'm going back to the TARDIS. Wait.
Keep going straight, can't miss it, but you're never going to get your vehicle in here. I'm Great Parker. But Amy, I wouldn't.
Nor would I. What can you do, Ray?
At least wait for an acid suit.
I noticed your eyes right off.
Did you?
Nice eyes.
I am me!
Me, me, me!
What are you doing down there?
Oh.
Are you sure you're feeling better? No more superelastic punches.
You used my name, thank you.
Oh no. Amy's gonna see it and get mad.
Amy's a lucky girl.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, she is. Let's go.
Ooh.
Has anybody got a pair of shoes I could borrow, size 10? Although I should warn you, I have very wide feet.
This circus has gone long enough. Oh, great. You see, that is just so typically me. Doctor, tell it to shut up.
Please, no. So it's interesting you refer to them as it, but you call a glorified cattle prod a she.
It's us and them now. Us and them.
We all tried and look what they did. Us and them now.
Us and them.
Us and them.
Get in here. Get in here.
There they are!
Amy.
This is insane. We're fighting ourselves.
Yes, it's insane. Frankly, a total utter splattering mess on the carpet, but I'm saying, trust me, I'm the doctor.
And it's because he touched it.
Yep. This is a pretty neat episode. This was a very interesting take on what makes you you.
Yes. At first it seemed like, oh, they've perfected cloning.
Yeah.
And, oh no, they were really bad at perfecting cloning.
So yeah, they're using this the flesh stuff that can replicate you down to the cell.
Yes. With even the same memories and personalities.
Yeah. In order to have like a fail-safe in case one of your coworkers is, stupid and pushes you into acid. That is somehow your fault. But we get some solar storms and they become sentient, like independent.
Yes.
Like they were already sentient, but like independent of the link in the pods or whatever. I just like that crisis of self. Like, you know, I'm Jennifer, I'm me. Also, fantastic job on the makeup. That was really good. They look properly unsettling. Even at the end with the doctor, it's just like, ugh. He's like being all like proper. I mean, it just has like mask.
A very flat-looking face.
Yeah. So well done on the makeup. I thought that you in particular would really appreciate the question of self, like what makes you you, and
yes, what they were saying were the same thing that they were feeling.
Mm-hmm.
They have the same memories. They even have the same everything, including the same family and friends.
Yeah.
As a result of that.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that, yes, his son is also his son.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like, for example, if one were to somehow take the brain out of one body, put it in another, is this the same person or is it a different person?
I think that would actually just drive somebody insane. I think it would be very much like the Cybermen. I think like when that person woke up and saw like different eyes and a different face and different everything, it would just like it would do so much damage. Because your brain would register you as you, what you see in the mirror, what you've seen your whole life, what you've seen evolve over the years. But then you would wake up and see completely different everything. Like, what if you change genders?
Or what would happen? I remember an example of a ship. And one piece of wood over time is taken out and a new one put in its place. Until finally, none of the original wood is there.
So is it the same
ship?
Is
it the same ship?
Yeah. And
well, yes and no.
Yeah,
it depends upon what you mean by that.
Yeah, exactly.
It may seem like a paradox. Well, that's because it is.
Yeah. Like, is it the same as it was when it was made? No. But is it the same ship that was made originally? Yes.
Yes, and thus will have the same name.
So just a very neat take on that philosophical notion of what makes you you.
Yes. Actually, not only the same name, but also the same history.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be treated as the same thing. Like if, for example, because eventually cells deteriorate, if I was somehow able to make it to 1,000 years and I simply replaced these cells with different ones, at what point am I still the same person?
Yeah. And very neat take, because it turned very much into a horror story. Which I said during the episode, I'm like, oh, we're getting a horror story now. Yay. I love horror Doctor Who.
Reminiscent of Frankenstein.
Once again, yes. None of my predictions really came true. Doctor really didn't say anything super adorable, and Rory is always cute, but he wasn't like extra cute, and Amy actually wasn't a massive D-bag.
Oh, and Rory didn't die.
Yes.
Again.
Yes. So congratulations, Rory. You made an episode without dying. This is the perfect episode to clone Rory and be like, which is the real Rory?
Mm-hmm.
I will give them credit for not making Amy be like super uber dick about wanting to help Jennifer. Because she could. She's very possessive and usually selfish.
Despite the fact that it was very clear that she was grieving. She wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
She wasn't, oh, help me, dear knight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, even the kiss she gave him was on the cheek. So it wasn't like... And I like the whole, like... Amy's a lucky girl. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Good job, Rory. He said something self-affirming, finally. Because you're awesome. And up to now, I thought you deserved better. But, I think it's cool that she's not, like... Cause if she was going to be like... Oh, you're going after her, not staying with me. I see, then. Like, oh, shut up, Amy. Shut up. Get in the acid. Be quiet. Speaking of acid, it's leaking everywhere. And the TARDIS is like...
Yes.
In it.
How are they going to get it out, though?
It's the Doctor, it's the TARDIS. It's... As I said before, the TARDIS was once locked in a pit that was sealed. And somehow it... Magic. It's magic. And I doubt Satan is here in this one. And we get a two-parter, our second two-parter, I believe, of the season. And I like when interesting stories are the two-parters and not like, bad stories. I'm glad the Churchill Dalek episode last season was not a two-parter. I've been like, oh no, 45 minutes of this again. Bang, bang, bang.
Yes.
But this, I'm sorry, but
yes. Yes, the episode could have been better. At least we were able to get a very convincing rendition of Winston Churchill. And we saw the Pride Daleks.
Marketing. But no, in this one, though, it's a very cool story. I'm watching it, I thought it was like the concept is right up your alley. Like, because you're so into philosophy and the like. So I was like, you're going to be really into this one. And we leave off with the ganger of the Doctor.
Yes.
So at first I was kind of like, is it going to be the Doctor or is it going to be Rory? Because it kept saying, trust me, but the voice was so, trust me. It wasn't like fully formed yet.
Yes. It was basically saying the first part of, trust me, I'm the Doctor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. And we have this battle, us versus them. I like that they both said it. What I like about that is, one second, my eye itches. What I like about it is both of like the original versions think the duplicates, the gangers, are just that. They're facsimiles. The gangers think that they're real, believe that they're real rather, and need to eliminate the other ones.
Well, they certainly have been able to replicate the human nature.
So, speaking of, both of them said, well, the main lady, I forget her name now, she said, the boss lady, she said, if this is war, then it's war. Us versus them. Then later the gangers were like, us versus them. I like they did that they were like both using them, which is kind of like nondescript, just them. Them can be anything. Them. So they're both using it. Like, it's just, I thought it was cool. They both referred to each other as them. Now, granted, they're both going to say it because they're of the same.
Yes.
But like, if you think about it from like a different perspective,
they're basically, it would be as if they were going to be killing themselves by doing that.
Not just that. It's taking identity away from the other side, but they're doing it to each other. They're disassociating themselves from themselves. That's neat.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing.
It's just like in the military, you need to be brainwashed to disassociate the people you're going over to kill as people. They're them. We need to kill them. They may have families and wives and children, and you probably bombed them, but civilian casualties, it's just them. It's an easy disassociation from having any kind of personal responsibility for what you're doing. So I thought them using it here was really, really cool.
It is very important in the military, not that it's a bad thing, the way that the mindset is made. It's that in order to be a successful functioning soldier, one needs to have a very particular mindset. Otherwise, one may not be able to handle the situations.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting how we go into part 2 with Ganger Doctor.
Yes.
There.
We now are in a universe in which there are 2 doctors.
Yeah, there's another Time Lord. Will that be tempting for him?
Shall we go to the notes?
Sure.
Philip's notes.
So, they're in a solar tsunami.
Something that we may have to prepare for in the future.
Exactly. I wrote this down because I like that they're encountering something in space that would actually happen. That was neat. The TARDIS were like, we don't really see the TARDIS like get into trouble. And it did this time.
Yes, it is traveling through space, so of course it's going to go through, well, for lack of a better term, outer space weather and space debris.
And the TARDIS has gotten into trouble before. What I mean is, in space, a space thing happens, like he was saying. So then, like an asteroid belt or solar flares or a solar tsunami, just something, and it did. So I thought that was cool. They get to this like army factory that is like producing acid. or mining acid rather, not producing. Mining acid, and basically they're contractors. We find out they're using the flesh, which is like a full replicatable matter, and they use that the flesh to mine using doubles, which I think is a really neat concept. I thought it was cool that the doctor used the hot plate as the test on the ganger, because the ganger thought it was actually the real version. Like he's like, and gives it to her, and she's just like, it's hot. She had to be told to remember the sense. That was neat. So Amy is still yes, no pregnant.
Another paradox.
Yes. If Amy gets replicated, will it also replicate the yes, no baby? Yeah. I did like the idea of Rory trying to help Jennifer. Rory's a nurse. His nature is to help others. But I also like the part where Amy is going to look for Rory, and she's like, I'm going to look for my husband. It's like, cool. This is probably the most tolerable Amy's been in quite some time. I'm sure it'll be undone very, very soon. Because she's Scottish. And she's allowed to be. And then we have that scene with Rory and Jennifer. And Rory asks, where's the real Jennifer? She says, I am Jennifer Lucas. I'm not a monster. I'm me. And it was that line I was like, you are going to love this.
Yes.
Because of all those things we talked about. Amy's on her little walkabout, looking for Rory. And we see the lady with the eye patch again. I still theorize every episode, everything that's happened are Amy's dreams. That she is still under surveillance from like episode 1 or 2 or whatever. And this is all in her mind. And like when we get to the end, she's going to wake up in that same place that she got taken to.
And I think that she should finally tell the doctor about it.
I agree. Yes. Maybe it's grander than that. Maybe it's not at all close at all. But right now it just feels like she keeps seeing the same thing in every episode in all these different places. So what if all of this is in her mind? And
or at least surely if the doctor's been around for a long time, he would have likely have heard of the situation of the wall somehow opening and closing.
Yeah. So it's clear like she's being monitored through a door with a sliding view thing. Just all roads are pointing to, like, it keeps happening in every episode. So it's like, why? If somebody's monitoring her. She's in some kind of cell or locked room, or so is she prisoner? Is she restrained? Is like
whatever she is, she's under surveillance.
Yes. And they're watching her in every single thing. So it's like, this feels like this is all in her head. And all these fantastical ideas. It could explain why it's the yes-no pregnancy. Maybe she wants to have the baby. Maybe she doesn't want to have the baby.
An inner conflict of what she really wants.
Right. And it's manifesting that way. So, like maybe every episode we've seen, it's just been some kind of conflict for her. You know, like Amy was like, what would it be like if the TARDIS was a person? You know, maybe she's having a conflict of self or something, and now we're here trying to figure out, you know, who these people are and that kind of thing. So that's my hypothesis so far, based on what we've seen. And I know from what I've been told, Stephen Moffat likes to have huge ideas. Like he likes to write himself into a corner and see if he can figure his way out.
That's impressive.
So right now, that is my hypothesis.
I like it when writers don't give themselves an easy way out.
And then they were talking about like I think it was like something like fixing an accident, or an accident happened, all this stuff. And the doctor says, we are not talking about an accident. We are talking about sacred life. I was like, again, you're going to eat this up. Like, when is life life? When is life sacred? Is their life just as sacred as the originals? Does their life have any less value because they are fleshed copies? Gangers?
In a way, we are... You could say we are flesh copies of our biological parents.
Mm-hmm. You want to go there, right?
But that doesn't mean that we are of less value than they are.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that one.
Short answer, you agree. Now let's move on.
Yeah, there you go. And then we find out the storm hardwired the flesh. The people that are the gangers. They're becoming real people. Real people. But they keep phasing in and out. Because they can't.
Still stabilizing.
Yeah.
Whatever this substance is, it's still stabilizing, and they're still going through. They're waiting for their manifestation to become complete.
Okay. Yes. And then my last note says, that was interesting how the acid suits then look like battle armor. When they were marching at the end, it looked like battle armor. I thought that was cool. So we go from like protective suits to battle armor. And yes, it's us versus them. So yeah. And that is all for my notes. Everything else are for my patrons over on Patreon. Very neat. Very neat.
I loved it.
It is very hot, y'all. It's very, very warm. Even with all these fans on. Super low. It's hard to concentrate. Stupid heat. But is there anything else you'd like to add about this episode?
No.
Okay. I was gonna wrap this one up. Oh my god, it is hot. Didn't tell you it's August. August sucks. Well, the month is fine. It's just what happens in August sucks. We're getting closer to Halloween though. Yay. And not the part 3 of the movie that was part 2 was awful, and I'm going on 10. I'm freaking hot, so. And not aesthetically, obviously, just temperaturally very warm. So, I'm going to wrap this one up. So I'm rambling about nonsense. Well, because he always does that. As always, I don't have a fancy outro, so I'll simply say thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Until then, bye.
Goodbye.